I just graduated high school. Woo! And with that, I'm forced to ask myself, what's next? I mean, the obvious answer is me going to college and majoring in film, but that's not really all that I want to do. I still have a lot of other goals and dreams that I wish to accomplish, so many things that I want to enhance, improve on, and develop. One of those things being this YouTube channel. And I want to do that on my own, before I get to college. And one of the ways that I want to do that is with this YouTube channel. It's something that I've kind of half-assed since I've started it, thinking that making AMV videos and the occasional gaming video was going to be a huge breakout, that was going to make me one of the most successful YouTubers ever, even though I only uploaded once every 6 months. I mean, in my defense, I was only 13 when I started, but I haven't really put in the work to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. And that's something that I think needs to change, especially as I'm about to go to college and experience this whole new journey and so many new hardships that are going to go with that. It's going to be a lot, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared and I have the confidence in myself to be able to do that. And now, while I stand here between the transition period between my childhood and the rest of my future, I want to approach things differently. And so I want to do that with this video by just looking back at my television production course that I've enrolled in while I was in high school, which was one of the best decisions I ever made. I've learned so much about the production and just general filming of the industry. It's everything that I wanted to do, and I'm so much more passionate than I was back when it was just a fever dream. Back in quarantine when I was just sitting there watching Corridor Crew and behind the scenes videos thinking, that'd be fun. It's actually something that I've enjoyed doing, and I think I've gotten pretty good at it. I mean, I'm still at a high school level. Nothing that I've made is Oscar worthy, but I think I've made a pretty good resume for myself, and I think it's worth taking a moment to step back and appreciate it. It's also just an excuse for me to talk about myself. Television Production 1. So this first video I'm going to do a little bit differently because it's just crap. I mean, there's no audio in it. It's just the background noise of each individual clip, and then sometimes it's just blank noise for the images and whatnot. But I'm going to use that to my advantage to just talk about Television Production 1 in general. This was my introduction to what it's like to be in the film industry, even if it's real bare bones. I still got to learn the process of pre-production, writing a storyboard, coming up with a script, writing the ideas, talking with people, bouncing ideas off of one another, and learning how to work in a group with a creative project, which is not something that I've really done before. And it was a real nice change of pace, and even so, this project's not great. I mean, you can see it. It's the most bare bones video can be. But this was my first time touching a professional software. We used Adobe Premiere Pro. This is the first time using professional cameras. We got the Canon Rebel T7Is in that class. And, I mean, there's not really much else to say about the video. My second project, I'm also not very fond of, but I mean, I have to give myself a little bit of leeway. This is the second time we've ever held a camera. But this project I just wasn't really a big fan of from the start. But the prompt here was to create 2 separate videos. One of them had to be purposely bad, where, your light balance is off, camera's out of focus, your script's gonna be all over the place and whatnot. And then your second one's gonna be bad, but not intentionally bad. And I just really cringe when watching this. I mean, it's just, I try to forget it as much as possible. I'm just not really proud of it. But here you go.
My foot doesn't go in.
He will be my prince. Watch the shoe fit my foot.
Wrong foot.
I'm sorry. But my love, my prince charming, it has to fit. Give me that. Give me that. Why don't you taste?
On this disgust. It fits. Wow.
Oh my god, how does it fit? You open a picture. I'll give it to him later. The shoe. Mine. You can't have it. Mine. It's mine. It's mine. My prince, whatever you need, my brave sir.
I've come to see who fits this shoe.
It's mine. What happened to drop that shoe last night while at the ball?
Okay, we're gonna sell this.
Please, my prince, try it on me. It
It's
must be
my
shoe.
shoe.
No, I left it at the ball.
No, you
Can't
did.
you recognize the shoe?
No, I
It's
can't.
my. Oh.
You try it on, Thompson. It fits.
It's your shoe. No, that is not true.
That's my shoe.
It's mine.
It's you, Thompson.
No!
This third video I remember being especially in love with when I first made it. I was just really proud of like the audio and how it fit and everything and whatnot. My voiceover I thought was really nice. But this one kind of starts the trend that just kind of accidentally happened, where every single video that I work on from this point on was my idea. And that's not really something that I like forced or anything. It just so happened that whenever my group would, sit there and bounce ideas and vote, it was always my idea that they had picked. But this project was a 30-second commercial for a product that you can find in the classroom. And I was just like, hey, what if we took classroom rolly chairs, but they're fast? And that's when my group mate, she was like, well, let's call it Speedy Chairs. So, Speedy Chairs.
Introducing our brand new Speedy Chairs. You can use it to work on the computer. You can use it to talk with your friends.
Wow, these chairs really are cool.
And you can use it to do illegal competitive racing.
Video 4 was just one of the editing demos that my teacher had made us do. He just gave us a bunch of footage. He showed us how he did it, because the whole point was at the end having this animation of the car jumping and the title of the company showing up. So that's all it really is. I felt right at home making this project though, because it felt right in line with all of the AMVs that I had already started posting on my channel. I remember going in there very confident, like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blow all these kids out of the water. Because I mean, this is television production 1. Half the kids in there are just in there to raise their GPA and take an easy class. There's only ever like 4 people in there who actually care about the class. I was one of those. But I mean, as you go into TV Pro 2 and 3 and people are selecting to keep going with this, obviously it's more passionate and it's a lot more competition in it. But I just remember feeling really excited about this one. I picked a good song. I was really happy with it. And I just think it's really cool.
Welcome to Dirtfish Rally School.
Dirtfish, not your ordinary kind.
So this is a bit of an interesting video. This is one of the ongoing challenges that my teacher would make us do throughout the different years, where we had to use a specific phrase and then a specific item integrate it into a 15-second story. For this project, we had the phrase, "I don't know," and then we had to use one of the toy animals that my teacher had, which was the only like props he had ever bothered buying, which is interesting. And this one also marks the debut of a character that I was hell-bent on making a recurring character because I thought it would be really funny, called Mr. Man, who, I don't know, he's just me. There's nothing much to say about here, and actually I'm not able to find my specific edit of this video, so this is going to be one of my friend's versions, but here you go.
Mr. Man! Mr. Man!
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
This is your job.
This project was a lot of fun because if I remember correctly, we didn't really have much of a storyboard. We just kind of ran around the school and goofed off for like a week. It was a lot of fun, but ultimately the project here was to make a found footage video. And I wanted to use one of the toy animals that I was just talking about. So we decided to use a giraffe that was apparently haunting the school, I guess. And tried to kill us. I just thought it was funny. But I actually really like it. I think my editing here was pretty solid, and I think I was able to make a pretty good ambient, kind of spooky, scary tone. And I don't think it's that bad.
Oh my god.
We're finally in.
That was a workout.
Hey. Man, this school is still abandoned.
Honestly, like wasn't
They built it in the 1700s as a prison.
Close enough. And then it got changed.
It was a prison.
I'm immortal.
Stop.
As you can see, we are clearly the best ghost hunters of all time.
You have big pockets.
You're recording everything. What was that? Oh my god!
This video is just dumb, and I love it. We were supposed to make a public service announcement, PSA, and so while everyone else was doing, very typical videos about drug abuse, bullying, and, dumb stuff like vaping, I decided to go real hard and heavy on the really important pandemic that is absolutely destroying our society. Stubbing your toe.
And I got suspended from math class for like a week.
Really? Don't you have a test in math? Oh my god, you're so right. I am so sorry.
So this video actually have a lot to say because this one was supposed to be for the Jim Harbin film competition. And I was hyped. I was excited for this. I was like, oh man, oh boy, oh buddy, oh pal. This is my first time going into the big leagues. I can win money from this. Oh my God, y'all ain't never seen something as professional as what I'm gonna make. And so when we were like talking about the story and like coming up with the script, I was very inspired by the movie that I had watched like a couple days beforehand called The Other Guys. And so I was like, what if we do that, and that was it. I convinced my team to make fake like badges for us. I convinced my guy principal to let me take a Nerf gun to school, which I almost got in trouble with the teacher who didn't know that I had it. It's not like I pulled it out or anything. I had just mentioned it because I was like, hey, guess what I got? Which, stupid. And I tried to convince my group mates to wear the same clothes while we were filming. They didn't. But I just remember being so excited for this and then so disappointed because we didn't end up filming like half of the shots that I wanted to. But it was okay because my teacher said that we were gonna do reshoots to resubmit because we were doing it like 5 months before the deadline was even over. But I still had a lot of fun doing it, and this is like my first fight scene that I got to choreograph with my friend, which I had a lot of fun doing. Ma'am, are you okay? What happened? Where'd they go?
We get dropped in the middle of the day.
What do they look like? Alright, come on. Hey! Hey!
Oh my god, he has a pencil.
Are you seriously scared of a pencil?
Yes, they're dangerous.
Oh, you're a Get her! What are you? You're under arrest.
What other one?
Then what have you been doing the whole time?
Look at this cute guy.
God. Okay, I got it ready. You're under arrest.
No,
Huh?
you say it.
Oh! Did you get the other one? So this is a little silly project where a character had to interrupt a conversation between two characters, giving them some news, and then a fourth character had to enter the scene with even bigger, crazier news. And so I thought the only possible thing that would make sense for that subject is a car crash. And also, something really stupid about this video is, even though I wasn't handling the camera, I was very specific with how I wanted the camera angles, and I wanted to make sure that they were angles. Like, for so many shots in this, there's just unnecessary angles and dynamics. Everything is, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called, but I have just so many unnecessary tilts in this. Even at the end, I made my group mate turn the whole camera for something. I thought it was creative. I mean, to be fair, I was the only person in the class putting camera movements at all that weren't just like people walking around with the camera. But it's dumb. It's just dumb.
And my fish drowned last night.
So sad that so many fish died around here.
I know.
You guys, I accidentally ran over someone yesterday.
What?
Yeah, so like yesterday I was...
Guys, someone just ran over my dad.
wasn't me, but like, I kind of have to take credit for that.
So she's dead. You want to go get some coffee?
I don't think she
Yeah,
wants
let's go.
that.
Video 10. Holy shit, that's 10 of them now. This one was supposed to be a music video. And I think there had to be like a minimum of 10 shots. And I know we had to lip sync just about every word in the song. And so that took a lot of choreographing and like talking with everyone and be like, listen, I'm gonna be playing this here. You need to listen and say what, blah, blah, blah. It was a lot, and you know, people who don't really care as much, it's hard to get them to participate and care. But this video, I decided to do Annie Hard Knock Life. And I remember this one a lot because I spent so much time. I went after school twice to sit there and edit all of the animated text because I wanted every single word to come in at its own individual time, and I wanted to just make it crazy. And at the end of the day, I think it was really good. I think we got a lot of shots in here that are really cool. There was one scene where we got a choreograph like everyone's heads going up at different times, which I thought was really neat. It's so much better than what everyone else is making in my class. But like, so funny story about this one is at the end we have this huge like brawl where everyone's beating the crap out of one another, and our main actress for Annie ended up getting hit while they were doing that, and I didn't know, and so I was the only person still hitting her, and everyone else was just standing around laughing, and like she wasn't hurt or anything, but they just didn't want to do it anymore. And I'm sitting there punching this girl like, why are you guys stopping? The video's still recording. You guys need to keep going. What are you doing? And so it kind of messes with the whole story of the video because technically me and her were like the kids being bullied at school, but I'm just sitting here beating the crap out of her for a solid minute of the video while everyone's just watching me, so it just ends up turning me into the bully. But it's just really stupid.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Static treated, we get stripped. Static kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Static treated, we get stripped. Static kisses, we get kicked.
Alrighty, so my final video project for TV Pro 1. And this was at the end of the year when everyone was practicing for their Premiere Pro certification exams, and some people had already taken it because they were able to get higher scores on the practice and take it sooner and whatnot. And so the people like me who had finished earlier and passed it were put in a group together. And so I was itching to do a fight scene for the entire year, and I had kind of gotten there with the Jim Harbin project, and I kind of scratched that itch for a little while, but it wasn't really something that I was too excited about because it's just like a one move thing. So I wanted to do a whole video that was a fight, and so I thought I'd kind of make it easy because we only had like a week to do it. I'd do a Mortal Kombat styled fight scene. So we recorded some idle animations and whatnot, and I actually have a fun story about it that I'm going to say at the end because it kind of spoils the ending about it. But this was a fun one too.
Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Final round. Fight!
So that backdrop is my school's courtyard. And for whatever reason, we decided to record it instead of taking a picture of it and just making it a freeze frame. And so while we were recording there, we were standing out there for about a minute or two. And while we're out there, one of the administrators drove their golf cart across the camera. And that pissed me off at first, but as I'm editing it, I thought it would be the funniest thing ever because the filter that I was using still worked on that background video, obviously, and so I just thought it'd be really funny to make that the ending of how it killed. So that wasn't intentional, it was just one of those happy accidents. So that was TV Pro 1. All in all, I think, even though I would have taken it my freshman year, if I was at that school my freshman year, I think there was a noticeable increase in quality as I learned how to handle things. I made some really good friends that I'm still friends with. I mean, obviously, I just graduated, but it was a real nice experience. But TV Pro 2 is where I think I really started to step up my game. I started to hold myself to a higher standard of quality. I had higher expectations for myself. I had more experience and I knew what I was doing more. And so this year is where I got to do a lot more crazy projects I was really happy with. This was also when we were learning After Effects, and that was the certification that we had to work on this year. So right out of the gate, we had to do About Me projects. And with these, they're just supposed to be sweet and simple, do 2 truths and a lie. Talk about yourself, give general information so that your classmates know who you are, right? Each group had about 4 or 5 members, and each member needed to have a separate video about themselves, right? And they were going to edit their own individual videos and whatnot. And so, what if I'm a stalker who records people around the school and turns it into an episodic series in which at the end I reveal myself and get arrested by the police? So that's what we did.
Welcome to today's episode of Ridgeview Geographic. Today we are viewing the magnificent Diego. This specific Diego is 16 in the 11th grade and is 5'6". After spending many hours in this closet, it is very clear he is very interested in technology and coding. This Diego is very shy and very kind. Welcome back to another episode of Ridgeview Geographic. Today we will be watching an Izzy in her natural habitat. She is 14 in the 10th grade. She is 5'1.5", very strict. And likes to draw and loves watching anime. And her closet smells very nice. Welcome back to Ridgeview Geographic. Today's episode is very special as I have stumbled upon a James. This James is 16 in the 11th grade. He is 5'10" and takes long showers in non-dish soap. He spends many hours playing Elden Ring on his PS5, yet somehow remains meaningless. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Ridgeview Geographic. Today is a very special episode because it is all about me. My name is Tyler Garcia. I am 16 in the 11th grade and I want to be a film director when I am older. So that means to have the perfect actors to do whatever I want them to do when I'm older. Hey! Quiet down! I like Marvel, I like Transformers, I like a lot of things. FBI, open up! Sticky notes are $1 I have two. So, yeah, you guys are, you're not doing your cue.
You didn't say your.
I am 16. I'm so sorry.
It's all about him today, everybody. Ow!
So, Mr. Q!
That sounds so
I don't know, you say
Video 2, which was our Ridgeview News segment, which also used the same name, Ridgeview Geographic, from the previous project. I thought it would be like an interesting video connection thing where it was like me finding my new victims because one of the people from James from that previous project was in that one. I don't know, I thought it was cool. But this one's interesting. It's got funny gags, not so funny gags. But the weirdest part about that is that we were forced to do a news segment even though television production stopped doing the news segments that year, so it wasn't really necessary. But, yeah.
Hello, good sir. What does the fox say? Ring.
I don't remember.
Whatever it wants. Who is your favorite Disney princess? Rapunzel.
Aurora.
It's Meriden. If you say anything else, you're wrong.
You're wrong. Is cheese a topping on pizza? Yes.
No, it just comes on the pizza.
Wrong.
It is both. It can be used as either an ingredient or a topping.
Also wrong. You want a Sprite cranberry?
Definitely.
It's the thirstiest time of the year.
Sure.
It's the thirstiest time of
Yes, please.
It's the
If you were to make a movie with an unlimited budget, what would it be about? Nice.
Aliens discovering human food.
Nice.
It would be some type of high fantasy movie.
Elaborate.
Elves, dwarfs, dragons, wyverns, worms, lindworms.
Worms.
It's the thirstiest time of the year. Sprite, let's go.
This is probably my worst project in TV Pro 2. And I kind of knew that while we were making it. It was just a 30-second Spirit Halloween ad, but instead of doing anything crazy, original, or unique, we just decided to take some videos from YouTube and throw it together. I had one of my group mates, their friend, recorded a song that was just a parody of Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz. And I just not really proud of it. I mean, there's no point. It was a nothing burger. We really just did it to fill up time.
Hey, spooky, it's Halloween, get ready. It's time to trick, we have costumes and props for days. The spirits are coming on animatronics, are everywhere, get ready. Don't get scared, you think that you are afraid. The spirits are coming on, it's coming on.
Oh boy, this one. So at the time of making this video, Transformers Rise of the Beasts had its first trailer. And let me tell you, boy was I hype! Oh man, as a die-hard Transformers fan, if you couldn't tell just from this, my collection is, I just moved into this house, so this is all I got. But I've been following information about this movie for 4 years, okay? And I was ecstatic. And I knew that Transformers was not in the best situation. You know, people didn't care as much. Bumblebee flopped. I mean, and Rise of the Beast flopped as well. But I wanted to make sure that people went to see this movie. So I thought I would do some advertising for Paramount. And so I made the project was just an animated text project. You know, we had to do text, do animations, animated text, and I knew what I was doing. It's AMVs. I do animated text all the time, and so I loved this project, and so I forced everyone to sit through 40 seconds of Transformers, and I even put it at the end with the title card and everything, and with the release date, because I wanted people to see this movie, because I knew they weren't going to watch the trailer. So I was like, I'm going to make this cool, something that they have to watch. No one went to see the movie.
You've never faced anything like this. Let them come.
Oh, Sushi Cat, what a glorious thing you were. So, like one of the previous projects, it was a 15-second story where you had to use a phrase and you had to use a prop. And so my friend had found a pin on the floor in the lunch period, literally 5 minutes before that class had started, and it's just a cat rolled in sushi cat, and he thought it was the cutest thing ever. And so the teacher was standing up and he was like, "You tell us what the phrase is," and he just goes, "Sushi cat." And so that was our phrase. And then he pointed at me. He was like, "Hey, give us a prop that we can find in the classroom." And everyone was, when my friend had said Sushi Cat, everyone was looking around confused, like, how are we going to turn that into a video? What does that even mean? There's only one Sushi Cat and he's got it right there. Are we going to share it? So I was like, let me make this easy for you guys, all right? You amateurs, you guys who don't have any creativity and don't know what you're doing. Let's do a piece of paper so you can draw the Sushi Cat. I didn't say that. I just said, oh, piece of paper. And I got booed. Oh, boo-hoo me for trying to make your life easier. Oh, woe is me. Oh, I'm so sorry. But, this video, this is one of my favorite videos because I had the idea that it's like a producer at an animation studio trying to come up with a kids show. I love this.
We need a new idea for our kid show, and we need it now.
Taco dog.
What are you, insane?
Idea, burger donkey. Hey, when you get the idea?
That would never sell.
Yeah, I did sushi cat.
This is another project that I love. The prompt here was really simple. We just have to give each other, or give ourselves, superpowers using VFX. And I found a really cool tutorial online to give myself super speed. And filming this was kind of embarrassing because I just finished filming one of my friend's projects, and so she was just sitting there in the courtyard while I filmed mine, because it was just a quick, 20-minute shoot, not even. And it's literally just the raw footage is just clips of me doing this.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck.
It's stupid.
Okay, action. Day 1 of superhero recording, starting now. Ah! Ah! Day 2. Ha! Yes! Ah. Day 3. Last try. Whew. Okay. Ha!
Alright. Now it's time. My magnum opus. The best video I have ever made. Probably the best video anyone in television production has ever made. This, if I put this in an Oscar, if I put this in a film competition, I would win. Okay? Like, that's, I mean, it's just a trailer. I mean, this is it would be the highest grossing film of all time. Oh my god, it's glorious. It's the best idea ever.
Stop meat-writing yourself. You're not as funny as you think you are, man.
Okay, I'll stop. Alright, I'll admit. I'll admit. I had some technical problems. Alright, I messed up some stuff in the rendering. I thought the effect that I was using for the green screen for a lot of my stock photos, it looked fine in the render of After Effects, but I didn't lock it how I was supposed to, even though my teacher told me to. I just completely forgot. And it messed up in some parts. Alright, you happy?
A mass serial killer is on the loose.
This guy is making bodies all throughout our glorious city.
I don't think you understand what's going on here. The milk's gone bad. Just let that sink in. Somebody needs to get this guy! Where are you going? To get the milk!
We're almost done, I swear. So this was the start of television production 3. And this obviously is just another About Me project. But it's not about me, because all I did was edit this video. This is from my friend Henry, and this is my video about him. This one was his idea. All of this was his stuff. I just put it together. This is my second favorite project, only second to The Glorious Bad Milk. And this is what I consider my first real fight scene. Even though it's just like the Jim Harbin, it's just one move, but the setup, the anticipation, the payoff, this felt very dynamic, and I am so proud of myself for the camera work that I put in here, the storyboard. It was you know, I had written it. I'm very proud of how all this came out, and my friends were awesome and just went along with my crazy shenanigans. This was another 15-second catchphrase prop video. We had to use an expo marker, and we had to say "to infinity and beyond."
To infinity and beyond.
Flawless victory.
And that's it. That's all of the stuff that I worked in TV Pro while I was in high school. At least everything I submitted to the class. And I mean, there were several other projects that I took part in and edited and filmed for, but that's everything that I turned in. And which is why there's only 2 videos for TV Pro 3. That year was a lot more, especially because most of the TV Pro 3 people were seniors. Even though there is a TV Pro 4, it's just how it ended up working out. We were working more on portfolios and this pathway thing, where we could choose either to create a YouTube channel or to focus on creating a short film, which is what I focused on. And so I had to write a script, I had to create a budget list, I had to create a props list, I had to create a shot list. That took a while. And a schedule for when I was filming, and I never actually stuck to that schedule. I had everything planned out perfectly, but then I wasted an entire quarter somehow, and I just wasn't able to film it. And while people could say, well, why don't you film it now? Almost the entire video takes place in a classroom setting. I don't have that available to me, and I don't know how I would find it. Plus, I would need like 20 people who would actively help me every day. Just background actors and whatnot. But now, I'm done. I finished high school, and now I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my future. A huge step that I want to take in that direction is, like I said, with this channel. I want to not only start uploading more regularly, I want to start documenting my progress. I want it to become a lot more of a personal thing, which is why I don't really care if people watch this. I don't really care if you subscribe or whatnot. Awesome, I'd love you to, but this is more for me, to watch my development. Which is why I decided the first project was going to be me going and talking about my development. I think there is a clear distinction from TV Pro 3 to TV Pro 1. As there should. That's 3 years of learning, improving, and enhancing my skills. But now I have a lot more ideas that I feel like I have the tools to use. There's one idea I've been throwing around a lot lately where I want to do more long form videos where I kind of start, it's just writing, where I'll look at a franchise and I'll just write a short film or maybe a full length film, and then kind of do like a storyboard animatic type thing to show it off. And I think that would be a lot of fun. I've been throwing the idea of doing toy reviews. I think that would be really fun. I have a crap ton of them, and I know a lot of information about these little guys. Transformers, Marvel, Amazing Yamaguchi. I mean, I've got a pretty decent collection. I'll see if I can find a picture or video. But I want to start doing a lot more things, and I want to stick to that this time. Because I always say it, and there's always a difference between saying it and doing it. And so this video is my first step in doing it. Hiccup. This is my first step in doing it. And so I think the schedule that I want to stick to is once a month uploading something. If everything goes right, this video is going to be uploaded June 1st, and my next video will be July 1st. But with that, thank you so much for watching. I know I've been rambling on for like 30 minutes now. But I am Tyler Garcia, and I wish you a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.